I can identify as a black lesbian. Belittling black people, racist. There he goes again. Homophobic. Look at that gammon. There's a TikTok clip, went very viral. It's had 5 million views. And it's me on International Women's Day saying to a woman who was in an argument about gender. I said, so I can identify as a black lesbian, can I? And she said, well, that's ridiculous. I went, well, no, it's not, is it? It's the logical extension of what you've just said about gender should be limitless. Now, in the whole context of the whole conversation, everyone could see what I'm getting at. If all you've seen is a TikTok clip of me saying, I'm Piers Morgan and I'm a black lesbian, you're like, there he goes again, a right-wing lunatic. Look at that gammon, belittling black people, racist, belittling gay people, homophobic. Of course, there's none of those things. I'm simply saying if you have limitless gender, if you can basically put your hand up and say you can be whatever you want, if you just identify as it, that's what happens. And if people don't believe me, look at the Scottish rapist who literally took it to the worst possible degree and got away with it. So that's. I think they don't like me calling them out on the logic of their arguments because a lot of it is illogical. Now, Bill Maher in America is one of my favorite commentators in the world, but he's on the left. He's probably like me politically, probably a liberal guy really at heart, and he finds them completely insufferable. The woke brigade, insufferable, and of course it's not electable. This kind of mentality. Most people aren't like it. You go down Kensington High Street and you talk to 100 people and you put 5 woke positions to them, I think you're nuts. You should be put in some asylum.
But do you not worry, Piers, that we talk and we focus on gender and wokeism? And look, there's something that we need to talk about. But you're a journalist. You realise that this country is in a dire situation, financially, economically, societally. And it just distracts from that. And we don't talk about
but that's where you're wrong. I'll tell you why. Because it's not a small thing. Actually, the way that we tackle big stuff of the kind you're talking about, it comes down to leadership. How can you be a leader if you can't even say what a woman is? Who's going to follow you? Who's going to take your lead? What kind of person are you? Sir Keir Starmer is very impressive in many ways. I like him personally, but he just refuses to say what a woman is. Rishi Sunak, to his credit, when I interviewed him, immediately said it's an adult human female. Great. It's not difficult. It's not a trick question. That's the answer. Biological sex is just an irrefutable fact. So when a politician can't answer that, in answer to your question, he might be leading the country in 2 years' time, Keir Starmer, a man who won't say what a woman is because he's too scared. Does that comfort you? Doesn't comfort me.
No.
So I don't think these are small things. I think the battle for freedom of speech, we saw it with Gary Lineker again recently, the battle for someone's right to have an opinion, the battle to save what I call old-fashioned debate, the battle against this woke fascist mentality that you will agree with us or you will be destroyed, J.K. Rowling, must be destroyed at all costs, the author of political correctness. All that has got to be fought and won. Otherwise, the rest of it can't get fixed. You're going to end up with leaders who are incapable of leading because they can't even answer basic questions because they're too scared. So that would be my answer. That it's not, they're all interlinked. It's all about leadership. It's all about freedom. It's all about understanding that what the cornerstone of a democracy is freedom. And the moment you infringe on that right to freedom for the British public, for the American public, for any so-called democracy, that way hell lies. Because that way you're heading into fascism.